Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're talking about the Denver Nuggets. Want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you expect from the Denver Nuggets? What will be their record and why? But yes, year 3 of doing this, my NBA preview and predictions. As long as Nikola Jokić is there, this team is going to be a top 4 NBA team, okay? And like top seed NBA team. Like, it's just a fact. Nikola Jokić will make sure this team wins at least 45 plus games. I mean, last year they were 6th seed, but if they're fully healthy, they're a 4th seed. If Nikola Jokić is there, 6th seed at the very least. Okay, they're not a play-in team with Nikola Jokić there, but if fully healthy, they're at least the 4th seed in the Western Conference. And that brings us into a great little question. Shout out The Athletic. They put out one question for every team. Also, Jack White and Colin Gillespie are on 2-ways. Colin, he fractured his leg. He's going to be out for the season, but they're going to respect the contract. Justin Tillman, who spent last year with the College Park Skyhawks after spending training camp with the Atlanta Hawks, is on, trying to make the team here. And I think he's basically their only, like, Kellen Grady's there, as well as another, camp invite, as well as Adonis Arms. And that's, I believe, everybody that they're giving an opportunity to try out for the team, with Kellen Grady, Adonis Arms, Justin Tillman, and yeah, Kellen Grady, Adonis Arms, and Justin Tillman being the 3 camp invites on this roster, fighting for a spot potentially. So let's talk about it. And the biggest question for this team is, can Jamal Murray be Jamal Murray again? It's not as if Murray's the only, pivotal Nuggets player with question marks surrounding him. As you guys know, Michael Porter Jr. played just 9 games last year because of his latest back injury. However, we all know that Jamal Murray is the Robin to Nikola Jokic's Batman. And that simply is a must when thinking about this team as a title contender. They have to have him at his best again if they are going to return to that title contention status. As we saw with the Warriors Klay Thompson last season. Elite wings who have talent that are coming off of ACL injuries have phases to their comebacks. There's the initial phase that is, returning. Those first few months where the rhythm, game conditioning, and the confidence slowly comes back. And then there's the next level stage, the place where Murray will eventually need to go if Denver has any chance of being an elite team. Okay? And, look, I think this is something people aren't expecting, in a sense. They are, but they aren't. Okay, when you think about this team, this is a team that I do expect Jamal Murray. I mean, I'm not saying bubble Jamal Murray, but Jamal Murray, what we've seen in the past of him being a fantastic basketball player, a guy who can, shake people, make people drop, and do all that great stuff that we all love to watch. Now, what we need him to do is obviously be a guy where he can still hit those threes. And because people forget that the initial creator on this team isn't Jamal Murray, it's Nikola Jokić and then Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is the secondary playmaker on this team. He's not the primary playmaker. He's never been. He's never had to be. And that's something people need to understand is that they need, our man Sam Amick wrote, is that for the Denver Nuggets to work this out, they just need, they need their guy to be playing off of, Jokić. And Michael Porter Jr., the same thing. We need Michael Porter Jr. to come back, dude. People forgot 2 years ago, Michael Porter Jr. was the best moving shooter in the league, not named Kevin Durant. Okay? Best movement shooter, not named Kevin Durant. What do you want me to say right there, okay? Because for me, I still think that's unbelievable that this is something that this was, able to be accomplished, and just shows what his potential is. That's why he got that fat contract. So if he can be 90% of what he was the year that in 2020 to 21, already there, that's a whole different threat, different ball game. So I think that's something people need to consider and understand. And then let's just talk about the bench. This team is deep, man. This team is deep. And it's not even funny how deep they are. A lot of talent. Because it's a really well constructed roster in my opinion, and that's why I think this team by default is a title contender. Okay, Jeff Green's still there. I don't like Christian Braun because people like just he's very much hated and amongst like KU guy, like not guys, but like KU fans and stuff. I mean, maybe if you're a girl, you like him, but he was just always cocky, arrogant. Like came like people. I've just heard low IQ. I go to the University of Kansas. I've heard low IQ, just cocky, overconfident in himself. And I've heard multiple people say, like, if he does have a long career in the NBA, he's basically just going to be a three-point shooter and, like, a role player. Like, I have yet to hear someone say he's going to be a starter or, like, a star. Because, again, I said this in a previous video. One of my sources told me they saw Christian Braun at the beginning of September, at the end of August, basically, and asked, oh, how are you doing? You know, how's the Denver Nuggets? And he says, oh, my apartment sucks. You know, the nightlife in Denver sucks. So I knew a bunch of people were like making jokes that like, wow, you know, training camp's around the corner and you're just complaining about your nightlife, like, you know, instead of your rookie year. I'm done with it. But I love the Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Okay, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Aaron Gordon, dude, right there, defensive studs. Bruce Brown, another defensive stud. Even Christian Braun, as much as I hate him, he when he wants to, he plays defense. Right there, you got defense. Bones Highland, I'm really stoked for him. They have Ish Smith if he struggles, okay, to back up Bones Highland, but I'm fully expecting Bones Highland to carry over what he was doing last year. Devon Reed was a great midseason pickup. I love Devon Reed. Peyton Watson's just going to be a development guy. I'll spend most of the time in the G League. Zeke Nanji, first off, he opened a basketball camp in Nigeria. Awesome for him. I love the fact that he did that. And the best part is that he's probably going to be the backup big man with DeAndre Jordan. And, you know, DeAndre Jordan is getting the opportunity to pretty much ride the bench and be a locker room guy. But they've said that, you know, if he does struggle, Zeke Nanji playing, you know, backup center to Nikola Jokić, that DeAndre Jordan will take that role. But I think they're really hoping Zeke Nanji is ready to be, you know, backup center to Nikola Jokić, because they've struggled. That's like kind of like something that they've struggled all season long. So it's definitely interesting to see what's going to happen there and why. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of the Denver Nuggets this year? Definitely going to be a good team. And when we look at the rotation, I think the starting lineup is definitely going to be Jamal Murray, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokić. Then you go off the bench, most likely going to be Bruce Brown, Bones Highland, Zeke Nanji, Jeff Green, and probably Devon Reed will be the first. That'll be the 10-man rotation with DeAndre Jordan, Vlatko Cancar, Christian Braun, and yeah, like also surprisingly they didn't bring Ishmael Kamagate over, so I wonder who's going to be making this roster, because right now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, so they can't actually sign any of these guys, so I wonder. Bye.